Well, we're back in from the morning hunt, and I just crossed paths with a couple other guys from our camp, and he said his son, Tom Morrow, good friend of ours, his son Owen, said he got a buck, so we're gonna go take a look. You're coming with us.
Already spray.
Oh my gosh. Does this mean we got to go back to the taxidermist? You might.
I think so.
I'm getting.
I went too this morning. Tom saw him, had him hanging, over on the other side.
Joe didn't get one, no, eh?
No, well, Joe don't get out here till about 9. He shot this one before 9.
Oh.
Joe, I don't know when Joe got out here.
You got a bigger carabiner?
I
guy?
did.
Well, it's been about an hour since I shot that buck. He kinda ran 75 yard-ish, it looked like, and then I could see him moving around a little bit through the trees. Wasn't a lot of opening to shoot through, of course. Never is hunting like this. But I think the first one hit him good. I sent 2 more for good measure. Not sure if either one of those got home, but pretty sure the first round hit him good. And hopefully he's down just up here. But I've been hesitant to talk or do anything. I've just been sitting here for an hour because I didn't see the big, hard, definitive crash from him. But I had just got done shout out Okayest Hunter with the shooter buck grunt tube. Just got done hitting a little series of grunts and was just kind of chilling and looked over, and he was at a scrape over on the edge of this meadow about 120 yards away. I don't know if he came through the meadow or over the back side of this hillside that I'm hunting, but he was just standing there. I was able to get both cameras on and look at my shot openings and make a plan, and seemed like it all worked out real good. So just lounging around up here in a Method 2 Latitude saddle, spoiled rotten, couldn't be any more comfortable. It's been 3-4 days straight of low pressure, just stale air, not great deer hunting, and last night the clouds went out, stars showed up, big moon, high pressure this morning, 31 degrees when we walked out here. It was a nice frost. It was just perfect. It's like what you draw up for textbook deer hunting. It's November 18th, so Monday. Lots of people at work today. Not us. Taking advantage of the beautiful weather. So we're a clip in, and to get out of here is going to be a little bit of a process, so I'm going to get down and go assess, locate the deer, make a plan and execute it. But if everything is the way that it looks, we're tagged out in northern Michigan. Got our archery buck on film, got our firearm buck on film. Spoiled rotten, really, right now, feeling like that. So thanks for being here, thanks for coming along. Hope you enjoy the content. We enjoy your support as always. Let's go get this buck. So here's the meadow over here, and when I saw him, he was basically right here on the edge of the meadow, and he cut up and through here, and there's a point where one of my big woods hunting mentors, Hal Blood, would say where the soft wood meets the hard wood. Right back in here, there's a point, and he was going right through here, and right here is where we shot. So we'll see. Well, after all that, not gonna say what I suspected, but I had my doubts whether that was a perfectly executed. And I walked up and looked at the impact where the deer was standing, and just a big pile of hair. Not a drop of blood. Not a drop. So I'll take you up there and show you, but man, hit some brush in between the deer and me, and hit enough of it to deflect the bullet off course. It's just tough out here when you get a few seconds kind of to assess and make decisions. Never hunted this spot before. Really wasn't certain how the deer were going to move through here. Just knew the sign was good, and there was evidence that there's a lot of deer in here. Hang and hunt. So did my due diligence. Did a little grid searching around. Luckily he went up over point, near the point of the swamp marsh here that comes out. I saw right where he went through that. It's probably a good 100 yards from where I was sitting, and his tracks are going right down that trail, and there's not a drop of blood. So he got lucky. I got unlucky. But I've been through this before. It doesn't take a ton to deflect a bullet. Anyway, thought we were going to be bringing a buck home, but just not the case today. A little disheartening, but still a fun hunt, good learning experience. We'll walk up here and I'll show you all the hair, and then I'm going to get my stuff down and get out of here, heading home today. So final day of deer camp, final hunt of deer camp. Had a buck at 60 yards with a firearm. You'd think it'd be a slam dunk, and it just it's not always the case. So grazed the hair off of his belly, I'm assuming. It's all white, neck or belly, I think. It's very white hair, a lot of it, but I'm glad I didn't wound him. I'm very, very thankful that we're not tracking around a gut shot or a muscle shot deer through all over. And that he's unscathed and he learned a valuable lesson, and I got reminded of a valuable lesson that I've already learned in the past. This happened to me on a big deer years back. Little tiny bit of brush in between me and him, and 50 cal muzzleloader, and at 45 yards I couldn't even ever have imagined that I wouldn't have 10 ringed him, but hit just a little something enough to deflect that bullet, send it off course, and happened to me again here today. So moving on, let's go check it out. Little bit of advice: don't even walk 10 feet away from your gun this time of year. You will live to regret that. The second you set your gun down somewhere, you're gonna end up having a deer come walking through and be unarmed. So even though we've been already walked up here and checked everything out, we got the blaster in tow. Here we are. This is where he was standing, right here. Look at that. I scanned the area extremely thoroughly. There is not one drop of blood. He got a haircut. Crazy. He was a pretty decent buck. This is all the memory I have of him here. We got the footage and we got his DNA. He went right up through here. This is the swamp edge here. This is kind of a rise here. We got the meadow here. There's a scrape right out on the edge of the meadow right here. And he came right through here. And I was sitting right up in there. Can't see my exact tree, I guess. Right about there, I suppose. No. I don't know. Stuff's on the ground. It's hard for me to see now, but anyway, you can see there's a little bit of stuff here. You know, it's just enough. Something like that. It's crazy to think that that would deflect a bullet that far out of range, but anyway, he went down and into that little point there, and it's the last I saw of him. I walked all through this, grid searched all of this. Not a drop of blood. Could follow his tracks right down the trail. So I don't feel like we've left any stones unturned. Grab the blaster, get stuff packed up, and this is going to be a deer killing spot for years to come. I can assure you of that. Looked this over pretty thoroughly now and really like what I see back in here. So we'll be back. We'll be back. Maybe he will be next year. Well, thanks for coming along. There's still a good amount of deer season left. It's like I said, November 18th. It would appear I still have a buck tag. So onward and upward. Lots of deer season to come. colder weather moving in next week. We're going to get some snow, so there's some things to be optimistic about. But thanks for coming along. We're going to get out of here and do better next time. Boom. Well, that worked out. It's, I don't even know what day it is. I know it's Saturday. Saturday morning, November 23rd, 8 o'clock. About 10 minutes ago, I shot my buck. I actually came in here on Thursday and freshened up a scrape because I really want to get a doe in the freezer. That's what I was trying to do this morning, was come in here and get a doe. I got in here just a little bit touch later than I wanted to, but it rained overnight, so I was quiet getting in. And I heard something big break out in front of me a little while ago. I didn't pay too much attention to it, but I noticed it. And I look up and I see a deer coming through the woods, and he's a nice buck. I think he's a 3.5-year-old. He's kind of got a goofy rack, but it was perfectly executed. He was going right to the scrape. He was circling it or just visually checking it out, but I hit a couple grunts when I saw him over there and out in front of me, I don't know, 100 yards or so. Hit a couple grunts, quite a few actually, to turn him, and turned him, and he came over here. That was it. He's down right there. There's no track job to be done. I can see his rack sticking up from here. He's wide. It's like no tines. It was like a weird buck. But he'll make a sweet mount. And we need deer meat. We really do. We only have one deer so far. Last year my family went through 4. This is 2. So, like I said, trying to come in here and kill a doe, but if a 3.5-year-old buck's gonna walk up to a scrape and I'm sitting over it with a rifle and I have a tag, it's probably how it's gonna end, is the way that it just did. So, alright, JM Marlin 3030, 2.5 by 8 Leupold. It's just an absolute lethal whitetail rig. Really is, especially for this mobile hunting. It's a light gun, short gun. It's just fantastic. Walk up here to the scrapes. Freshen these up on Thursday. It rained hard yesterday and overnight. They were primed to be worked up this morning. Buck's right down here. Let's go get this rad. Look at that thing. He's a 5-point. Huge body. Weird rack. Gotta be grateful for that. Big woods, hill country, late November whitetail hunt. I don't know. Let's get him cleaned up. Alright, deer's dressed out, and all that's left to do is drag him out of here. A little bit of up and over, and be out of here.